All right, this morning, and it is morning. I'm on the campus of St. Thomas University in the basketball office of Coach Jay Cross, who's the head women's basketball coach here for the CELTS. Am I correct?
That is correct.
You came close to getting part of your goals and all last year, but you had to wait on some things. What did that experience do for you and the team all season that everybody are preparing for a better season this year?
I think it was very good. Our season last year, like you said, we kind of came up short, a little short, and it did a lot for our team in preparing us for this upcoming season. I know that in the Division III world, it's very hard to be able to do hands-on and be able to help with the development and be able to help them become a little bit better in the off-season. It's kind of left to their own devices. But from what I've heard around town is that they've been getting in and they've been doing a lot more than they've usually done. And that's all a coach can ask for, is for them to have their own initiative, to be able to come in and to be able to continue to work on their games and things that we kind of spoke about at the end of the season to wrap it all up. And so I'm really excited for this upcoming season because I know that there's a fire in their belly right now to be able to come in and really compete and show what we're able to do at another level. And then also being young and kind of rebuilding this program, be able to set those standards again. It's always good to have a little bit of a reset. So we're really excited for what's about to happen.
Segueing in that, how many new players and how many returning?
So we have 11 returning and 7 new players. So I just got two late transfers. Really excited about them. And then I have 5 freshmen coming in as well. And then major returners for us, I have 3 that were starters for me. So the other ones, we're really working really hard to be able to make sure that we're meshing everything together. And yeah, it's going to be fun.
Talk about one of the advantages of St. Thomas University in reference to academic and also Division III.
One of the main facts that we have here is that we're the only non-Division I that's here in the Houston area. Surrounding us is HBU, U of H, Rice, Prairie View. Then you kind of go out to College Station, TSU, Texas Southern. So we're really the only one that doesn't have that D1 availability, and that's good for us because there's so much talent here in Houston that kind of comes into being able to stay at home. Those ones that aren't able to get those D1s and those ones that aren't able to get D2s, it's kind of one of those things that helps us with that talent and with the surrounding areas and not having to go too far away from home. And that's probably one of the main things that really helps us. The academic side of it, everybody's looking for an education, and they should be. And we provide a lot of that here at UST. And they just kind of just go hand in hand. The D3 allows for a little bit better balance in lifestyle. And I think we have started to really recruit those players that are looking for that balance and are willing to work hard, both on the court and in the classroom.
Your non-conference schedule, have you finally put it together? Is it available online?
We haven't put the schedule isn't out yet. Probably won't be out until the end of August. Still working on finalizing a couple of games, but that should be out here pretty soon.
How is that putting games together now? Before, when you were in NAIA, it was a lot easier. Now with Division III, you pretty much have to search out.
It's not. It's probably not as. It's the same. Scheduling is scheduling. It's difficult wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to piece together. The D3 model with what we do, we have our conference games, and you have to have around 70% regional games to be able to qualify for the NCAA at the end. So there is some of that, trying to make sure that you have enough. I believe our conference provides that within itself. So we don't have to find too many other regional games to be able to play, but we do like playing the ASC teams. We like being able to compete against other conferences. The SAA right now is another one that we kind of compete with, and it's just fun to be able to see what the other D3 schools around us and regions around us provide, and what we're looking to really, on top of competing against Trinity and Colorado College and Austin and Schreiner and those that are within our conference, being able to compete against some of the heavyweights of the other D3 conferences.
Talk about that. You just mentioned, I didn't know it was a part of you all's qualifications. You had to have a certain amount of regional games in non-conference. How does that spell out when you, not so much at conference, but when you're putting it, when you're transitioning over? Do you have to start early, or can you wait until you make the transition?
As far as...
It's from NAIA to D3.
So with that, because of the qualifications, we weren't able to qualify for the NCAA beforehand, right? So, but we still put into play those parameters so that we are already ready to go, because this is our first year that we actually can go to the NCAA tournament if we're fortunate enough to be able to win our conference and to be able to, or get in that large bid, right? Which sometimes that's very difficult to get. But we kind of put in place in the years beforehand those parameters, so we knew what we were dealing with and how we had to finalize everything.
And with that, is there anything else going on? Your camps. Did you have any camps this summer?
Did have one camp. We did have one camp. And then I actually worked a few other different camps around the city and got to see a lot of talent. So it was good. I think, pre-pandemic stuff is starting to pick up now. So we did have, I actually had 2 kind of separate camps, and I had decent numbers and decent talent come out. So I'm really looking forward to, I've just started having some visits on campus. So I'm bringing some girls on right now and showing them what we kind of offer and who we are, and looking forward to that process. I always love the recruiting. You always get to meet new people. You always get to, feel out and see what it is that's going to be the best fit for you and your university and your team, and get to help young women along the way, and I really enjoy doing that.
All right. With that, is there anything else I hadn't asked about that I need to know, or that folks need to know about St. Thomas University as a whole, not just women's basketball, but the neighborhood and what you all offer here beside, sports and academics?
Well, I think the few things about University of St. Thomas is we're in the middle of Houston. We have so many things. If you want to be in a small-knit community, that's what UST is. There's a lot of times people will drive through and be like, I didn't even realize that was a university. That can be a good and a bad thing. I think those that come here, they want that small environment, and we provide that. But at the same time, you're in the middle of Houston where you can actually get out and experience what a big city can offer. We have the Museum District just less than 2 miles from here. We have the Galleria less than 2 miles from here. We have the Medical Center less than 2 miles from here. We have downtown less than 2 miles from here. So we have an array of different things that you can kind of experience and be able to go out and do with friends. And then 40 minutes away, you've got a lot of different other things as well. So I think UST brings that uniqueness to a small university to experience, because there's usually those small universities are in small towns. They don't have all of those things. I would also just say our class sizes are small. We get to know everybody. We are a community. We help each other out, and that's what we're about. So UST is definitely a place that you can be. All
right. With that, reintroduce yourself and we'll close this out.
My name is Jay Cross. I'm the head women's basketball coach at the University of St. Thomas here in Houston, Texas.
This is Jerry Lee Woodley Jr., the College Sports Report, signing off.